most common kidney problems that are seen in children?
Urine infections are the common problems that you see in children, and conditions that mimic urine infections as well. Nephrotic syndrome, where you get swelling in the child and is pretty scary for the parents. Nephritis, where you get blood in the urine and there is hypertension or raised blood pressure along with reduced kidney function. You have acute kidney failure, meaning that the kidneys have shut down secondary to either infections or medications. You have chronic renal failure, which we talked about earlier, which a majority of people will need dialysis later on and is completely asymptomatic in childhood and is not picked up. You have tubular conditions which cause poor growth in children because they leak out good substances out in the urine. And one of the major problems is kidney stones in children, especially in India.
So what kind of symptoms indicate kidney problems in children? I mean, what kind of symptoms should parents be aware about?
The major chunk which I talked about, that is chronic renal failure, unfortunately is completely silent. It has no symptoms. And that is one of the difficulties in dealing with children, because we need to understand that children are not miniature adults. And they have an entirely different spectrum of illnesses. They have different investigations that are used and different parameters that are used to judge them, whether they are appropriate or not. And the symptoms that come up are more often with the other illnesses that are seen in children. Like, for example, in nephrotic syndrome, you will have a child who gets swelling or has edema. In urinary tract infections, you have children who get repeated voiding or pass urine more frequently. They also have pain while passing urine or fever. But there are other conditions which also mimic urine infections. You get poor growth in children because of certain kidney problems. So depending on what problem we are discussing, you'll get different symptoms. But the important message to take home is that a lot of kidney illnesses can be completely asymptomatic.
For more such information related to your health, log on to health.india.com.